Hey guys, and welcome to our last day of physics. So first off, I just want to congratulate you on making it all the way to the end. I'll probably post a little bit more in the goodbye video, just saying like, I'm really impressed with you guys. Great job. But yeah, okay, so let's just dive into a couple things. Number one, just in the off chance you don't read the stream for whatever reason, although I do also plan on emailing you all this message as well. There's no finals, so yay for that. Today's assignment is intended for a last minute grade boost. I am going to try to make sure that it does not count against you. It's just intended to help out if needed. There is no assignment for Wednesday. There is an attendance check-in, and I'm thinking about making it possibly Google Meet according to your class time, so you can kind of say goodbye to each other. More on that though later. However, I will also be on Google Meet for a very, very, very long time in order to help out with any last minute questions. So instead of having an assignment on Wednesday, which is supposed to be like a fast Friday, if you have missing work on catching up on it. If you have an assignment that is like an 8 or something like that, and you want to bring it up to a 10, just to sort of boost your grade up a little bit, go ahead and do that. So N's or X's are ways to improve your grade. N's mean I need them. The X's mean that you're exempt. So they're not like hurting your grade, but if you only have a couple of grades that are being factored in and averaged in together, then even doing a couple of those X's can sort of help boost it, right? I've made comments on all of your assisted assignments for the most part. So if you do those and resubmit them, then I can try to boost you up a little bit too. So in this way, we're gonna all try to have even better grades than what we left with. All missing work / all resubmitted work / everything that I need for your class to be factored into your grade is due Thursday at 8 p.m. This is because I have to submit grades at Friday early. So I'm giving you as much time as possible. If you've noticed either a missing assignment that's not yet in the gradebook, like that you know that you've done, or else maybe an attendance error, then hey, mistakes happen, but let me know about it so that we can all be on the same page and you guys can have all the things that you need. And with that, I'm going to explain what today's assignment is real quick. I promise. I really do promise this time. Alrighty, so since it is our last day, for your attendance, please fill out this Peace Out Girl Scouts Google form. This is just, how can we make this class either better for next year, or what things did you like about it? This doesn't factor in towards your grade. You can say, this was all awful and I hated every minute, but don't be too mean, please. Other than that, I would like your opinions. Okay, and then for today's actual assignment, we're going to do an online lab, which I'm super pumped about, on Labster, which I have requested their free trial. You guys are kind of my guinea pigs. That's why these are free points, which I will show you in just a second. So free points. We'll get into it. All right, so first, you're using my membership login in order to do this. It should take you to the high school site, in which case you're going to scroll down and select physics. All the instructions, by the way, for how to get there is in this Labster guide, but more on that later. The scenario we are going to do is this basic electricity, understand how electricity works. However, if you're kind of like, oh my gosh, people, I get Ohm's law already, move on, then you are welcome to do this more advanced version that I've also done, which is also quite fun, called Electrical Resistance, Apply Ohm's Law to Simple Circuits. You do not need to do the other ones. If you are feeling very, in a fun mood, I guess, you can complete other ones, but I'm not grading. I thought the college ones are kind of interesting, especially for those of you who want to go into STEM fields in college, just to kind of get a look at how they change the subject matter on you a little bit. Okay, so let's go here real quick, and let me just show you guys a couple things. Okay, we're going to play the simulation. This shouldn't take you longer than 20 minutes to do. If it does, then I'm kind of surprised. Let me know if there's any issues with the loading screen. It's been going pretty fast for me, but again, this is my first time trying this on a large scale. I've gone through several of the simulations, but I just want to see if it's something that we could maybe use for next year because the simulations are super, super cool. And yeah, so I would like your guys' feedback on how this thing works. Does it work well with your Chromebooks? Is it a giant pain? Do you not like the robot voice? Let me know. Which, speaking of, there's a robot, so like there's that. You're welcome. Okay.
Hi there. Welcome to the basic electricity simulation. We're having problems with the electricity in one of our lab rooms and it is completely dark. Our scientists need to work there, but they need light to do so. In this simulation, you will be able to understand the most important concepts about electricity and you will even build your first simple circuit. Can you help us?
Okay. So
this simulation uses voiceovers.
Yeah, that's great.
If you don't have audio, click the speaker symbol on the top right of your lab pad to switch to play mode.
We're going to turn her off for just a second, okay? Just so I can talk. So a couple things real quick on just how to use this, because I realize it's a lot so quickly. Did I mention how excited I am about this Labster simulation? Super, super pumped. Number one, there's a robot. Number two, all the lab stuff is like super high tech, but also what you would probably find in a commercial laboratory. Number three, they have you solve a lot of problems. So in this case, you're just changing the light switch, like the light bulb, fixing the lights. But in that second simulation I told you guys about, then you are fixing the radio so that you can communicate with people who are at a different site in Antarctica than you are. So it's pretty cool. A couple things. You do not have to click through the walkthrough. I feel like this thing is pretty easy, especially if you're used to like iPad kind of stuff. So no thanks. We know how it works. Continue already. Okay, so a couple things. This is your sort of lab pad type thing. On the home screen is where it just reads to you what the robot is saying. The theory is kind of like your reference guide. It's always really short, but it explains any definitions you might need. There's like one formula you use in this lab. It's just Ohm's law again. So it'll have Ohm's law stated for you, the relationships between the things. It's just like a nice little glossary. Your media screen is just going to tell you hazard symbols throughout the thing. You can't hurt yourself because this is an online lab. Yay! And then if there's any loading errors, which there was one time when I was running through this, but I think that was actually my own fault. You might need to load the checkpoints. So this lab only has 3 checkpoints. Again, it should be pretty quick. We're already 11% of the way through, and we've only just listened to the robot lady speak like one time. The score out of this top is out of 50 because they ask you like 5 questions through this whole thing. Now, I am not grading you, and I cannot repeat this enough. I am not grading you on what your final score is. So if they ask you a question, try your best on it. But if you get it wrong, just try again. It'll lower your score points a little bit, like it'll take a couple points away the more times. If it thinks you're just clicking, then you'll get low scores. But again, I'm not grading you on that, but I want you guys to get the most out of this experience. So through this, you review some things about charge, electric current, and voltage. You get to play around with the cool thingamabobbers, and then you get to build and test your own circuit. So the robot lady, she's going to show you you've got this hollow table. That's fun. The concepts are always up here, how much one electron is in Coulomb's charge. And then here is your light bulb circuit building table. A quick note. Will this go over there yet? Dang it. Okay. A quick note, if you need to pick up anything, you just click on it and then the hand picks it up. The hand just floats, which I thought was a little weird. I would have kind of liked to see like an arm, I guess. But yeah, the hand grabs things. You click on where you want the hand to put things. It's like the hand in the Addams Family. Okay, so with that, I'm going to escape out of here. I was already logged in under my account, but you guys will probably need to log in using your Google Classroom codes. The Labster guide just has a couple of things, so it just tells you to go to the physics tab, click and do this one. You can do this one if you're needed. That second one, though, is a little bit longer and it is more advanced circuits. So do that one if you are feeling pretty comfortable about Ohm's law. Or if you just want to learn more about circuits in general, if you find them interesting, you do not have to do both. Do not do both. Do not make me grade both, unless you're just, I don't know, really excited. Upload a picture of the final screen when it is 100% completion when you are finished. Let me know if there's loading issues. You can walk through the lab pad features, but you don't have to. Take a screenshot when you are done. That is what your grade is. That is what I would like to see. In fact, that is the only thing I am grading you on. Look at this. Free 10 points assisted assignment. You completed it. Check that out. I did mean for this to happen, so sorry, there's that. Okay, and that is officially your last thing. Turn it in whenever you can. Try to have everything done by Thursday night. That's it. And then we are finished for the year. Looking at doing something possibly fun on Wednesday, kind of virtually, but more details on that in the announcements. Please make sure that you are checking your emails and your announcements as we finish up this very last week, because that's where the important information is, people. I can't talk to you in class anymore, so that's where I put it. All right, and with that, you guys are doing a great job. You're doing excellent. You should be making sure that you're getting enough sleep, but not too much sleep. Too much sleep does a weird thing, okay? And I don't know if you've heard about all these quarantine dreams, but essentially, none of us are getting enough interaction with our everyday lives, and so your minds are just making weird stuff up. And last night, I dreamed that I was a bee. It was weird. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, make sure that you're getting enough sleep, but not too much. Get some interactions. Interactions are good for you. They build your frontal lobe, and you really need that right now.